Deonta B.
And welcome to Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. Hey, girl.
Hey.
So we here again.
We are back.
So we're talking about some conscious stuff today, right?
We are talking about the self-conscious movement.
Okay. So what do you feel about people having a conscious movement in business?
I think when you talk about having a conscious movement in business, you have to really keep up with the wave and the trend. Like, most people don't think about how different things on social media affect them as a business owner and also their image, because people don't think about it. You have to be really careful about what you put on social media as it relates to being conscious in business. It coincides.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of people have a problem with that. But, I think you have to be who you are. So
Right.
I guess it's based off who you think you are and what you want to put out there in the world.
Exactly.
So we got some awesome guests today. We have recording artist Money Boy Ice from the MIA. And then we also have Stephanie Wood-Dixon from Galore Beauty, Inc.
Guess what else we have?
Who else we have?
We have Shannon Anderson. She is an author. She is also a speaker, and she is the executive producer. So I can't wait to hear what she has to say. So, we're talking about being conscious and the conscious movement. So, this is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. And you never know what's going to happen on the show, so you better stay tuned. Keep it locked. We'll be right back. Ambassadors Credit Consultants are an industry-leading credit restoration company that has helped remove over $100,000 of inaccurate debt in their first year in business. Servicing nationwide, they have helped many families reach their homeowner and entrepreneur goals. You should give them a call at 1-800-440-1630. Again, that's 1-800-440-1630. They have products that can boost your credit score in 45 days. Ambassadors Credit Consultants are sponsored with Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. 1-800-440-1630. Give them a call right now.
So, welcome back. Our first guest is all the way from the MIA, all the way at the bottom. The recording artist, Mr. Money Boy Ice. Welcome to the show.
How y'all doing today? Good.
Welcome.
Good.
Thank you for joining us on the corner.
No problem.
All the way from the MIA.
I had to fly in.
You just came back from the MIA a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Yes. Always.
So, you're pretty young. You're 17.
17 years
So,
old.
tell us how you got started in the music industry.
Well, growing up, where I'm from is you either play football or you play sports or you do music. And I was doing both at the time. I was playing football, doing music, but my heart was in music. I was always recording, writing. And my parents had bought me a studio. One time I put it into my room. I was recording. And then seventh grade, that's when I was like, okay, I need to take this serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really need to keep going harder and harder. So as I got in high school, which I'm still in high school, as I got in high school, I started getting known for music. So everybody knew me for music, not just for a football player or just a regular guy. They knew, okay, the Money Boy Ice, he's the kid who raps, So that's where, you know what I'm saying, when I grew up, I always had a love for music, so.
That's amazing that you took a liking to music at a young age, and then you decided to be serious about it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right. So tell me about this name, Money Boy Ice, because when I hear it, I'm like, like, it's so many songs. Like, it's just such the name, I want you to tell me, because I know what I think about when I hear Money Boy Ice.
Okay, we're gonna go into that. We're gonna see what you think. But Money Boy Ice, the Money Boy part came from just the motivation to be wanting to get to the money. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to get to the money. I always wanted to be able to help my mom pay bills. I always wanted to be able to do things for myself, because growing up without a father, that's just how I knew to be independent. So it just came, that Money Boy part just came from the motivation to be, you know what I'm saying, just to go get it, just to go get the money and always focus on what I really need to do to get there. So, and then the ice part just came from my lyrics. Like, when I rap, people be like, oh, that's cold. You know what I'm saying? Or if I say a certain line, they be like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro, you just gave me chills. You know what I'm saying? So it just all ties in. So I just put Money Boy Ice. So
I was right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me what it was. I know you were right about it. All right, so one of your singles is called First Black America. That is an interesting title. So
Mhm.
tell some of the viewers what's the inspiration behind that particular song?
That particular song was about basically the police brutality that's going on. How every black man is being mistreated in certain ways. So we wanted to spread awareness and let everybody know, okay, you're black, but you have a voice. Basically,
Right.
you have a voice. Like, don't just stand down because what's going on, what people doing to you. You still have a power. You still have everything you could do to make the world different.
I like that.
Very impressive.
Yeah, thank
Especially for 17-year-olds.
I
You
know.
have a voice.
you. Yeah.
So what are some challenges you faced with you being such a young rapper and then with you starting this conscious rap movement? Because I know when you talk about being conscious and a movement, I know there's got to be a lot of challenges.
Being young, most artists my age don't rap about conscious music. Like, I'm versatile. I don't only just rap about conscious music. I rap about anything that deals with life, period, like life experiences and things like that. And one challenges that I faced during that conscious rap movement was I had to really do research. I had to really go back and look into certain events like Black Wall Street, 32 slave owners, and like I had to really dig deep into my history, my black history, so I could be able to speak about certain things. Because if I don't know nothing about it, I can't speak about it. So I had to really do research, and once I did that research, I just applied it to my musical skills, and I just put it all together, and it came out very great, like very, very great.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
So-
young man doing research.
Doing research, because he said, I didn't want to put it, because sometimes people be talking about things that they have absolutely no knowledge of, but just putting it out there. And then when you're doing something, especially when you talk about history, it's like,
You gotta know what you're talking
about.
about.
You gotta know what you're talking about, because somebody gonna
know.
question. They're gonna be like, what you know about it? You only 17 years old. Right.
So I had to do a little research, and then from there I just took off. I just went in the studio and was just writing, locked in the studio, locked in, for a week.
Okay.
One song turned to two, two turned to three, and I was locked in for a week, and we made 11 songs.
Oh, wow.
About Black conscious movement, 11 songs, the whole project in a week.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
We were just really working.
So, of course, you are artists coming from the MIA, and I know that you're on a tour and you're going to different cities. And so, how are you going to develop? I know you want to make this movement outside of your area. How are you going to develop, or what are your plans to develop having this movement across the...
Really, like I said, we just trying to spread awareness. We want everybody to know. I really want kids my age to know, to be in tune with their history. Like, I want them to look at me and be like, okay, he went back and he looked at this, so let me go see what it's about. Let me go do my research now so I can learn. It's just a each one teach one type of thing. So if I push myself and I could give that image to other people so they could read it and be like, okay, he did it, I could do it too. So that's just,
Okay,
yeah. I'm just trying to do it like that. Yeah.
Smart and intelligent.
Right.
I like
Yeah.
it. So, so many artists, when it comes to finding a manager, so many artists, they battle with that, trying to select the right manager that's really going to excel and take them to the next level. So what steps did you take as far as you finding a manager that might help somebody else?
Really, it was God, really, because at the same time, because I came across plenty of opportunities, but if I get this negative feeling, I don't know, if you ever get I don't know type of feeling, it's just got to be natural. And when I met Clear Vision, the label that I'm signed to, and I met Clear Vision, everything was just natural. They showed me love. First day, they treated me like family, everything. So I just knew God just told me this is the right move for you. So I just took the chance, and now look where I'm on tour. I'm here with you guys, so it's just a blessing. So I just believe it's God's process, so I'm just believing in it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So, because you're on tour, tell the people how they can find out what cities you're going to be in, then let them know how they can follow you.
You can follow me at everything at Moneyboy Ice, streaming sites, Apple Music, every social media is at Moneyboy Ice. I'm in every city. I'm in Kansas City, I'm in Dallas, Houston, Indianapolis. What else? Every city you could think of. I got another 48 city tour coming up in October, so I'll be everywhere, to be honest.
Okay, how they can follow you on social media?
Everything is at Moneyboy Ice, MONEYBOYICE.
All right. Well, it was nice having you.
That's how
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Very good luck. So There you have it, Money Boy Ice. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B, and we are talking about the conscious movement. I mean, the MIA, he is the conscious movement. So, I mean, coming up next, we're going to get right into it and continue with this conscious movement. So, you never know who we're going to have on the corner, so you better stay tuned and keep it locked. This is Gwen's Business Corner. We'll be right back.
I know a secret I won't tell. I won't tell. I won't tell. I know a secret I won't tell. I won't tell.
Trina!
I know a secret I won't tell. So we're back. Oh, Money Boy Ice was awesome, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Oh, I'm excited to be talking to our next guest. We have Mrs. Stephanie Wood-Dixon, CEO of Galore Beauty, Inc. Welcome, Stephanie.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for coming down to the corner with us.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
So, of course, we always want to know with our guests. So, tell us about Galore Beauty, Inc. How did you get started?
Well, originally it was called Lashes, Galore, and Brow. I was just focusing on lashes and brows. And then I met my brand manager, Tiara Johnson, who came to me, I think it was in December or January of this year, and said, hey, why don't we do something more than just lashes and brows? Let's create a brand for women of color. So that's how Galore Beauty Inc. came about. It's a global cosmetic brand.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was good advice from her because
Oh, definitely.
sometimes we get stuck in one thing.
We have grown so much. It's a blessing. So, yeah.
Okay, got you.
I love it. So, what steps did you take to develop the brand on a global scale? Because now you're global. You're all over.
Yes, one of the things that we did do was reach out to brand influencers like in United Kingdom and Africa that could promote our brand. So we kind of partner with them and they promote and post pictures and videos of our cosmetics. So that's one way that we became global.
Yeah, I think influence marketing is definitely the way to go.
Definitely.
When you want to be global. So you had certification. We talked about it a little bit prior to coming on. So it's a lot of lash techs out here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's just like test business, one on every corner.
That is true. That is true.
And so you're a licensed esthetician, you're a lash artist, and you actually train people.
Absolutely.
So it's a lot of people trying to get in the business. What advice would you give to someone who's trying to enter this particular industry?
The first advice I would give them is to go get your license.
Okay.
Make sure you're certified and licensed with the state board, whatever board, state you're in, Georgia, Alabama, whatever. Do that first, then take a lash extension course from a reputable company and get trained in how to actually do them correctly. Because there are so many people who take different classes and they don't get the proper training. One of the things that we do for Galore Beauty Inc., we offer continuing education. So they can take my class, and if they don't really get it or they don't grasp it, they can come back many times after and just practice, and I can critique them and things like that. So I offer continuing education with the course.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome because so many people need that.
Yeah.
Right.
They send them on, and you're like stuck and don't know what to do. So
It'd be crazy because if they know how to do lashes, I don't think nothing wrong with it, but not everybody want to teach everybody, and they charge this ridiculous amount of money, and then they're not even teaching them properly.
Right. No type of sanitation, anything that they need to know. So yeah.
Right, and it changes so much. So
Yeah, definitely.
So what tools did you use in your business to develop financial stability? Because we talk about that, and so many people don't plan for that.
Yeah. A lot of people tell you, oh, you can start a business with $500. It depends on what kind of business it is. But for a lash,
it ain't too many of them.
it's not too many. But for me, thank God that I have a flower shop that I own with my husband, North Park Florids, that I started, and I have a tax business, an accounting business, because I have a master in accounting as well. So those businesses have been up and running for 5 to 10 years. So that money allows me to do my lash business and my beauty business. So for me, I have other means of kind of keeping me afloat, which were my other two businesses. So, because it's hard trying to do a startup company, but we're doing pretty good. We've been in business now for just over 2 months, and we've almost sold out of the products that we've ordered. So we're excited about that, but it's very important to have financial stability. I know it's hard to start a business without much money. You can. There are free resources out there. I actually have a book a downloadable brochure type book that you can download, and it gives you guidance on how to start a business. Whether it's lash business, whether it's beauty, whether it's flowers, whether it's tax, I have a book for each business that I do.
Right, and I think that's important too, because at the end of the day, I always tell people myself, like, if you know the principal steps of starting a business, you pretty much can start any business.
You can start any business for sure, but you definitely need to have some type of collateral, some type of capital, another means of income. You know, a lot of people want to leave their jobs, their current jobs, and then start their business. But I think that it's best you keep working until you're able to leave your job, because you need some money to fund you, because you don't know what could happen. Like different expenses come up, you know, trial and error. You make mistakes along the way, so you definitely need to have some type of backup plan.
All right. So tell the viewers some of the pros and cons of starting a lash business. When you talk about, because some people do booth rent, some people do commission. So what are some of the pros and cons?
Okay, the pros of starting your own business, and you get 100% of profit. You don't have to share it with anybody, but you also have to pay 100% of the expenses. So that's a pro of starting your own business. As far as doing booth, I recommend people who are coming in to actually work somewhere with somebody and do a commission, whether it's 30% they pay you, but you don't have to worry about the supplies, you don't have to worry about the space. Just to gain experience, I would definitely work with somebody and get a commission first. And then after that, once you build your clientele, you move on to maybe starting your own business. And then you can get 100% of whatever you make. So that's the pro of owning your own business, rather paying booth rent. I mean, booth rent can range between $150 to $200 a week. I mean, that's cool too. You're going to need that anyway when you're doing your own business. You're going to have to pay rent or some type of space somewhere versus getting commission from somebody. It just depends on what you want to do.
Right.
Yeah. So there are pros and cons for both.
Right. Good insight.
Mm-hmm. That was very good. Because people need to know that, because in the beauty industry, I think it's so broad when it comes to that particular, like, people know they're good at the talent.
Yeah.
But as far as them knowing that side, like the structure part,
right.
That's the part that people miss. So they really need that part.
If you have the clientele, definitely do your own thing. But if you don't have the clientele, you need to work with somebody, and you're going to get paid maybe 30 to 50% as you grow. Most people top out at 50%, but still, I mean, you don't have to pay for supplies, you don't have to pay for a space, so it, so.
And that's beneficial. I mean, with those niggas you just gave is very beneficial, because everybody just want to jump out there. I want my own space. Yeah. And then they don't even realize, okay, you want your own space, but this overhead is about to kick your butt.
Right. You haven't marketed. You don't have any clients. Well, what's the point of going and getting your own space? You don't even have the clientele to support your expenses. So.
Exactly. So lastly, tell the viewers how they can find you, because you got quite a bit going on that we can see there. And I know people want to keep up with you, so how can they continue to follow you?
Well, you can follow me and my company at Galore Beauty Inc. on Instagram, and I think we have Facebook as well, Galore Beauty Inc.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for coming down to the corner. If you all looking to get in the lash business, definitely look her up, because some of y'all do need some training. I know a lot of y'all want to be in the business, so we provided someone to actually do the training, and she's actually licensed to teach you.
Yes.
That license part is what you might want to make sure that they understand the license part, because they will do it, but you need to get that training. So you might want to make sure you look her up so that you can get the proper training and you can get your licensure.
Absolutely.
But you need that.
Yes. Galore Beauty Inc. No underscore. Just Galore Beauty Inc. GALOREBEAUTYINC.
Okay, now.
Yeah, so that is a part of the conscious movement, and we're just going to keep it going, Gwen. I think we just got to keep with this conscious. We want people to know it, because everything is a movement right now. Everything is a movement. You got to get on the curve. You got to get on the wave. We want to keep you on that. So this is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B, and we will be right back with Shannon Anderson, and she is an executive producer, so we can't wait to hear what she has to say. Keep it locked. Don't leave that couch. Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B would like to thank our proud sponsor, Inspiring Music Production, Inc. You can follow their website at www.impaudio.com. Welcome back. So if you are just tuning in, we are on the Conscious Movement, and we have with us the Shannon Posh Anderson, executive producer. Welcome.
Hi.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
How you doing? Welcome to the corner.
Oh, thank you
Yes.
so much for having me.
So we're gonna start off. We know you're a author
Mhm.
and you're also a filmmaker, but
Mhm.
you use the title executive producer.
Yes.
And so many people do not understand what an executive producer is. So tell us what an executive producer does.
An executive producer, we don't deal with the technical stuff. So we don't deal with cameras and stuff like that. So it's more of the business side. So the financial, coming with the money, coming with the investors, budgets, and making sure that everything runs properly. We also hire the producers, and we basically oversee the entire project.
Okay. Good.
That's a lot of pressure.
Ain't a lot of pressure. We just said we was executive producers, didn't know it, but go ahead.
Exactly. You are. You are. So add that to your title.
I know. So you have had the opportunity to write a book,
Mm-hmm.
turned into a film,
Mm-hmm.
Stripper to Striper.
Yes.
So what was the inspiration and what steps did you take in this project?
Okay, so the inspiration is my life story. So I talk about how I went from stripping to now striving. And so the steps as far as turning it into film were basically what I just said, you know, coming up with the money, the finances, hiring the right producers, making sure that the directors were on board, everybody had the same vision, and the cast and everything. So
Okay.
Wow.
Sounds good. So you also is a published author. What are some effective strategies that you can give people? You know, you coach them into it to be the best version of themselves when they're trying to write a book.
well, as far as being the best version of yourself, I always tell my clients to always be transparent. Transparency goes a long way, especially these days, because people want to know who you are and they also want to see the process. And so that's why I always am so transparent in my journey. People are like, why are you telling people you used to be a stripper? I would never know that. But there's so many girls out there, you know, and whether you know it or not, they're being influenced by strippers every day on social
Yes,
media.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, you know, I just come in and just tell them the truth. Well, you know, what really goes on, you know, so.
That's very important.
That's so important. We was talking about that earlier today. We was talking about some of the different things going on in that industry. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you can transform your life. Because we just did a premiere like a month ago with the show Beyond the Pole.
Oh, yeah, Coach Stormy, I know her very well.
Right.
So with you being, because you're a published author, so what are some of the challenges that you have faced with being a creative writer? Because I know it's hard to just come up with content that is really going to grab people's attention and make them want to actually buy that book. So what are some of the challenges that you have faced?
One of the biggest challenges is the transparency portion of it. I mean, because like I said, people buy because they're like, I love the story and I love the journey. And so being able to display that on my social media, you know, I even show pictures of when I was a stripper and how I look now. And they're like, wow. Like, you know, when I had the long blonde hair down on my butt with long nails, you know.
Right.
So, you know, they're like, wow, that's really a transformation. And what's really interesting is how many men actually support it too. And they're like, you know, I have daughters, I have sisters, and, you know, so it's always, you know, the transparency portion.
I can see how that could be a little challenging because, you know, we have so many judgmental people.
Exactly.
And so you're teaching people how to go past that. And then they're like, okay, you've been a stripper. You know, sometimes they frown upon stripping.
Right.
But, you know, everybody can be transformed from anything.
Exactly.
Right. So you have this film, Stripper to Strive, and you are the executive producer for it. So we have so many actresses and actors out there. So what are some of the characteristics that you look for when you're trying to select people for your actual film?
Okay, so for this particular project, I started off with a documentary. So thank God I didn't really have to go through a lot of the casting. So what I did cast one lady who is playing me. And so we're doing a lot of the B-roll in between the documentary with her shots. But I am getting ready to also do the docu-series. So with that, I have a friend who owns a casting agency, thank God. So she's able to oversee a lot of that. But as far as hiring, I look for the mannerisms. I see how well they can bring a character to life. And, you know, seeing if they have the likeness of the people that I know. So.
See, and I think it goes way more into detail when you talk about doing a film, because I know versus it just being a film that somebody wrote that's fiction
Right.
versus when it's factual information, because it's about your life.
Exactly.
So you want to make sure. Then I can see how that would be. I think that's harder because it has to be able. You have to be able to find somebody that can actually do what you did.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
But like I said, touching on the likeness and the mannerisms, like, does she really act like my sister?
Right.
Is he really more like my brother? So just picking up that, but like you're right, because you're not creating these people out of your head. Like, these are real people, you know. So
Exactly. So what advice would you give to someone that's trying to get into this industry that has helped you along the way, especially being that, like you just said, you actually created this from your life? So so many people out there that, they say our life is a movie.
Right.
So what advice would you give to someone that's trying to actually do that based on your experiences?
I would say be very, very clear about your vision. Because your vision is always going to be very important, because you're going to have to hire people like producers and directors who can bring that to life, and they can only bring to life what you give them. Right. So for me, it was definitely having a very clear vision, knowing where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. So I would say to definitely have that in motion first before you even start a project.
Okay. So tell the viewers how they can find you and how they can find, maybe to purchase your film or any of your books, and tell them how they can follow you.
So you can follow me at I am Shannon Anderson on social media. You can also go to IamShannonAnderson.com. If you want to know more about the film, it is strippertostriver.com. And if you're ready to write and publish your own books, which I also help and coach people to do, it's writeandpublishacademy.com.
Okay, now you got a lot of little good stuff going on there, girl.
Yes. So Gwen, tell them how you going to find you, because you got a lot going on.
Well, you can find me, Everything is Gwennetta Wright on all social media outlets. And you can also find me on my website at www.gwennettawright.com. And how to find you?
Well, you can find me at all social media outlets, The Real Deonta B, and also on my website, therealdeontab.com. And there you have it. I think the conscious movement is just, everything is a conscious movement. Business, politics, it's just a movement that you just have to keep up with. And we just gave you the movement.
Right, and you need to follow this movement. Follow Gwen's Business Corner movement. Follow us on all social media outlets at Gwen Business Corner. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep up with all our shows, and we'll be back to you on the first Monday of October.
Yes. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B, and we're out. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.